everybody, it's Cynthysis with Notes. It's been a minute since I've been able to do a podcast, so today I am just so excited to be with you all and to just share a little bit of what I have on my heart today. If you do follow All About Life OH on Instagram, you'll notice that the last couple of posts have been about reaching. So, guess what? That's what today's episode is going to be about, also. I do want to go ahead and say I hope that everybody had a wonderful Christmas, and I also hope that you had a wonderful New Year. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to say this. I was sick as a dog the last few weeks, but thanks to God that I'm doing a lot better now. But I do want to encourage everybody, one, as you know, for the last 2 years, it's been said like a ringing bell. If you have not been vaccinated, please, please, please do it. I know that some people aren't doing it because of religious purposes or because you think it's a conspiracy or this or that. But statistically, we know that the rates do show that people who aren't vaccinated are having a little bit harder time with the outcome. But I'm no doctor, and to each their own. I just encourage you all once again to stay healthy, stay safe. Still try to practice social distancing. If you can't, please make sure that you are masked and take care of yourself, because that ugly virus, I don't even want to say the name, we all know it, is nothing to play with. And yeah, stay healthy. But like I said, I hope that each of you have had a wonderful last few weeks. And if you haven't, hopefully today's episode is going to inspire you to hopefully have some different outcomes in your life. So, like I said, I do want you guys to go ahead and follow All About Life OH on Instagram once again. And you can also follow my personal page. It's at Cynthysis. Cynthysis is spelled Cynthysis. Yes, that is the twist on my name, Cynthia. And then on Facebook, you can follow All About Life events. I'll be posting up some new information here soon, just to talk about some events that are coming up that I'm excited about for 2022, Lord willing. And then also another page to follow would be Blue Market Events. And Blue is just BLU with no E. Please follow those pages, and then you can follow me and my friends Kia and Christina. We are actually on the Blue Market page. It's the same page name on Instagram as well. So I just want you guys to stay connected. I have so much news that I want to share. I don't want to spill it all today, but just know that today's episode is something that I have really been applying to my own life the last few weeks. It's something that's going to be very shape-shifting, and I hope that you get something from it. So as usual, there's a few things I need you to do. So I've now shared with you about the Instagram pages I need you to follow, as well as Facebook. I also would love it if you guys could please download the Anchor app. That's anchor.fm/NOTEZ. So once again, that's anchor.fm/notes. That way you can be connected to this podcast. There's going to be some exciting guests coming this year, and a lot of different new changes, a lot of good topics. As you know, you can actually suggest topics for the show. Now, I do already have 2022 outline, but we can always do special edition episodes. So if there's something that you feel that you need to really hear about right now, or that somebody else may need to hear about, please, please, please let me know by any of those channels I just mentioned, or you can also email allaboutLifeOH@gmail.com. So, that was a lot. At the end of the day, all you need to remember is just connect. And then also, once you connect, I love feedback, so you can leave comments online. Now, I do ask if you have something that is not all the way positive to say, to please make sure that it is constructive criticism. Meaning, I don't want to hear, I didn't like that show. I want you to tell me specifically what you didn't like and then what you think could be different. Because anybody that knows me, we all got problems. We all hear problems all day long. Some of us don't, so you're blessed if you don't. But I'm more focused on solutions. So I want to be able to provide those solutions for you. Every episode is not going to apply to you directly. I'm very aware of that. But for the ones that could or maybe could help somebody else, I would really love your feedback. And then so just please share, sorry, something's in my eye. Share this information on your social media channels as well. So believe it or not, I actually am very, I don't want to say shy, but I don't like videos, but you're going to see a whole lot more from me this year. So I do apologize in advance. So today, like I told you, we're going to be talking about reaching. I really don't have any pre-notes scheduled for this. Now I do have a little outline just to help keep me on task. So I do ask that you bear with me in explaining these things. So the first thing today that we are really going to delve into is basically the reasons why it is so hard, especially right now with a lot of stuff going on, for people to reach. And then you also have to think about in that, what specifically are you or other people reaching for? Now, I do want you to take this personally today because we need to spend more time making sure that we ourselves get ourselves right. I think a lot of times, especially nowadays, people are so quick to judge and to try to fix everybody else's problems that we don't spend too much time thinking about our own selves. So, like I told you all, this is definitely for me, and I just hope and pray that you get something out of this too. So, the first couple things that I wanted to talk about with reaching is I believe that it's hard to reach because it's hard to let go of things. Now, letting go is like a very broad topic because sometimes it might not be a physical let go of something, but it might be more of a mental or emotional, and in some regards, I guess it could be spiritual. Basically, letting go covers a lot of different areas. But specifically today, we're going to be talking about like specific issues of why it's hard for people to let go. So the first thing I was thinking about was how when we carry loads, and I don't know if you guys remember, but for those who do listen in, you know, a couple weeks ago I talked about the weights and the weights of life. So the first one was WEIGHTS, and the second one was WAITS. So I'm specifically talking right now about the heaviness, so the WEIGTS of life. And with that, a lot of times, for example, we carry too much. So when we start putting all these things on ourselves, or we start allowing outside influences to affect us, and then that starts weighing us down, we'll notice that we're still living, but we're holding on to a lot of things. So these aren't in any order, but there's a whole lot of things that we hold on to. But I think this is a big one. And so if you can relate to this big word right here, I just want to hear from you. Once again, you can comment, you can email me, you can do whatever, just to let me know that which one specifically you think you struggle with the most. And you might find that you struggle with all of these. So if you can't read my handwriting, this says complacency. So what makes it so hard for us to be able to do something different, to dream, to act upon a dream, to act upon a goal, to actively go after something? Are we so conditioned and so used to the norm that we feel more comfortable just staying in that place that is already familiar, that we don't want to step out, we don't want to reach for something better, we just don't want to see anything better because we're just like, you know what, I got a lot going on right now, but it just seems like chaos is all I know. And y'all know where I'm coming from. Now, if this doesn't apply to you, you can think of somebody in your life who it does apply to. You know that this happens. Some people are just so conditioned to stand in that dry, brittle, broken place that they don't know any different. And when you try to shed a little light their way, they are so quick to be like, you know what, I don't want that light close that curtain, turn that light back off. I'm just going to lay back down and just enjoy life the way it is. And then as they do that, as they're making sure that the room is dark again, they sit there and they tell you all the time, well, I want to change. I want to do this. I want to do stuff different. I don't know why anything good happens for me. Yeah, those are these type of people. And I've been guilty of being in this area. And I'm by no means, I'm not passing judgment. I'm just trying to shed some highlights in some areas of some different things we need to do. So another thing, and I'm going to try to show you guys what's happening. So this now stays. Then with this, we now have stress. So the stress is coming. Well, I don't know why things are always the same. I don't know why I don't have no friends no more. I don't know why nobody calls me. I don't know why I don't get invited to this. Don't get invited to that. Why are people so mean to me? Why are they treating me this way? This, that, and the other. Now, I hear this stuff all the time, where I read it on Facebook. I see it on all different social media channels. And the funny thing is, this is not from children, y'all. This is from grown adults. And I sit there and I'm like, why are we so pressed as grown people about what others think? All right, so now we have these two. Now, you're not going to be able to see them, but I want you guys to know that I'm holding on to these two while I'm bringing this other one in the picture. So they're not going anywhere. I'm still holding on to complacency and stress. Then here's another one. Pain. Now, pain is deep. Like I told y'all, I was experiencing some horrible pain the last couple of weeks. But pain can come in many different forms. It could be sickness. It can be past hurts. It could be emotional pain, distress, whatever. Pain is another deep one. Y'all know how this goes. So now I'm holding on to complacency, stress, and pain. Then we got doubt. Well, I want to do better. I want more for myself. I think I can do better, but I just don't know. Like, maybe the next chapter, maybe that's something good. I'm just thinking too far outside the box. I don't think I can go on. I don't think I can make it. So now we're holding on to that. So y'all remember, now we got complacency, we got the stress, we got the pain, and we got doubt. And guess what? This is just some toilet paper, y'all, but I already feel like this is too much to be carrying right now. So I'm going to try not to drop them. So next one we got is, talked a little bit about this with the complacency. Comfort. We find comfort in the familiar. And like I said earlier, that's part of complacency. So we start to be comfortable with where we're at. And we start to accept that life is just so gloom and whatever, messed up, that it just feels right though. And then when the right stuff starts coming along, we're looking at that like, I don't want that. What you mean I can do something different? What you mean that there's hope? What you mean that over on the other side there's going to be peace and joy and love, and I'm going to be able to obtain certain things that I can't right now? What do you mean? So we start feeling like where we're currently at is comfortable, even though it's killing us. So let me go through them again, y'all. I might have to look. It's a lot now. So we started out with complacency. We have stress. We have pain. We have doubt. And now we have comfort. And then another one. And y'all know there's a bunch. I only got a couple today. And now I really got to reach down just to get another burden to put on myself, because my arms are getting full. Fear. Oh, sorry. Fear. This is a monster. This one, at any age, this one can really do some damage. You know, we have fear of the unknown. We have fear of what others think. And I know a lot of y'all say you don't care about what others think. I see y'all put these posts up all the time too. I don't care about what people think. I don't care what they say. And then the next post you put up is, well, so-and-so offended me by what they posted. So-and-so offended me because today they walked in church and they didn't say a word to me. So-and-so offended me because they didn't like the way I dress. So-and-so offended me because they didn't like the earrings I had on. And then I'm sitting there like, well, didn't you just say you don't care about what other people think? But I'm confused. But fear, rejection, this word goes so far. We have a lot of fears, okay? And so then, remember I told you I'm going to try to keep holding on to these because this is what we do. So I'm going to attempt to stand up with these without dropping them. Hopefully this works. All right. You might not see me for a minute. So now we're walking around. Now, obviously, this is just a symbol. So a lot of times people can't see what you're carrying, but in some cases they can. And you're walking around with all this, and yet, the whole time you're walking around, now I actually need an assistant to show you all this, so bear with me. There's actually been a bag hanging in this video the entire time. Now, you all can't see it because it's not in your view. But, it's another part of faith. That'll be for another episode, another day. So what I'm going to try to do is hold on to all these and show you, for those who don't believe me. So the whole time we've been chatting today, there's been a bag. This bag is right here. Hopefully you can see it. Now, this bag right here represents God. It represents faith. It represents healing, blessings. It represents a lot of stuff. Now, what happens is, we know the bag is there. We know that, once again, that on the other side there can be a different outcome. We know that there can be another way. We know that it doesn't have to be all this pain that we're experiencing, all the stress that we're experiencing, everything that we're carrying. Now, y'all know what today's episode is called. It's called Reaching, right? Now, I'm going to sit back down. And mind you, I got 6 different words in my hand. So I'm going to sit back down with all these burdens, back in my little painful corner. And if I want to reach for this bag right now, what do you guys think I have to do? Okay, some of you are all like, no brainer. You just have to reach up and grab it. Okay, yes, that's true. But remember, I'm holding on to all these burdens, okay? And I'm just rocking them every day. I'm comfortable. I'm complacent. I'm loving the pain. I'm loving the stress. And, you know, it gives me an excuse. It gives me a reason to tell people, like, well, you don't know what I've been through, so don't judge me. And I'm allowed to feel this way. And everybody can't be experiencing rainbows and sunshine 24/7. So we walk around with all this baggage. And the whole time that bag has just been waving in our face, okay? It's just right there. And we see it. And we keep ignoring it because we're so focused on all of this instead of reaching out for that one bag. So now we got this and we're just rocking it. And we're sad. And we're mad and we're upset. And we can't figure out why things aren't changing. Why can't things be better for me? Why are they so good for Sister Jenkins? Why are they so good for Sister Smith? Why are they so good for Mr. Johnson? Like, I don't understand. They're able to have all these things, but I don't get it. And you're still just rocking these burdens back and forth. You're rocking them. You're walking around with them. They're weights. They're adding pounds to you. And you're like, what's going on? I don't get it. I don't get it, but I'm moving. I'm moving and nothing's happening. I'm moving right now. Am I rocking? I don't get it. Nothing's happening. The weights are still on me. They're not going away. They're not going away, y'all. Guess what? They are not going to go away until you reach up and grab the bag. So now what needs to happen? Yeah. I need to be able to say, I can't hold stress so tight. I can't hold pain so tight. I can't hold complacency so tight. I can't hold comfort so tight. I can't hold stress and the other one I missed, the fear. I can't hold that so tight. What happens if I just focus on the bag instead? That bag was quite interesting. What's going to happen? I think I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to get outside my comfort zone. And that means that this rocking and swaying of burdens and baggage, I ain't going to be able to rock this no more. Okay? No more rocking. Let me see what's in the bag. Okay? So then, now, what's going to happen is, wait a minute. All the things I'm holding? Now, guess what? They didn't disappear. That's nothing. What do we always say? We're like, okay, things get better. You don't have to worry about this. That's not true. That's a false teaching. What I was holding on to, what I was rocking, what I held so dear, what I was so comfortable with, what I was so complacent with, I can still see it, y'all. Now, y'all can't. I don't have 2 cameras in here right now. I apologize. It would have been better. They are still here. They're on the floor now. But the thing about it is, I'm no longer carrying them. Now I'm going to see what's in this bag. I got to reach up. Let me see. I don't know. I might have to move a little differently. Let me reach all the way up. So now I got this. What's in here? God, okay. Blessings? Wow, okay. What else is in here? Peace? Peace in the midst of confusion? What? Wow. All right. A friend that sticks closer to any brother? Whoa. I need some new friends because I feel like I didn't have any when I was rocking all those burdens all the time. What's this? Joy? Happiness? Wow. I had all this the whole time. It was just right in front of me over to the side, and I was holding on to those burdens, and I kept looking up at this random bag, and I didn't get it? You mean to tell me I could have had this the whole time, and I didn't know? Wow. I reached up for it. And guess what, God? I feel different. I feel a little better. I feel like those weights I was carrying before, they still there. Like I said, they still are there. But I no longer have to carry them because I reached up. Now, to those who have an ear, as the Word of God says, let them hear. That was probably a very strange analogy. If y'all got it, you got it. If not, we'll talk about it later. I just had to mention that because in my prayer, especially for the last few days and weeks, like I've been telling y'all, God has really been showing me how it's time for us to reach higher. And in doing that, we wave our hands in church all the time, especially in victory. We got to reach up, don't we? But as we're reaching up, we cannot think that we're going to be able to hold on to all this stuff, especially going on in the world right now. We know we got viruses, we got people getting divorced, relationships breaking up, people losing money, people have lost jobs, people are losing their homes, their cars, all kinds of chaos is going on right now. That's all here, that's all burdens, and we're just rocking around, walking around with it like, oh yeah, We want change, but why ain't nothing changing? We're just carrying it around, carrying. And then if we reach up to God, okay? God. We reach up to Him. His word tells us that He's going to take those burdens. His word tells us that He never puts more on us than we can bear. So why are we allowing things of the world to weigh us down? We do that to ourselves. We need to stop blaming God for that. We put too much on ourselves. We need to reach for Him. And then there's a whole lot more with that. That's going to be for another episode. I'm going to get a preacher on here, and we're going to talk about some other stuff with that. But another couple of points, and I'm not going to keep y'all too long. I just want to mention a few more things with reaching. So we have to be sure that the people who we are surrounded by, so this includes our friends, our co-workers, our associates, family members, we have to make sure that we understand people's roles in our lives. Now, another misconception a lot of times I see people putting up all the time online is this whole quote. Y'all probably seen it too. People are like, if you ain't with me, you're against me. And I just sit back and laugh sometimes, y'all, because I'm like, where are people getting this stuff from? I'm like, it's just too much. First of all, even Jesus, now I'm not saying this makes it right, but He knew His disciples, okay? He knew who was going to betray Him. He knew all that. And you know what He didn't do? He didn't, because of the roles that the so-called, we would label them today, the bad ones or our enemies, because of that, He did not write them off. If anything, what happened is they wrote themselves off. But like I said, that's a whole nother episode too. We'll get into that later. But all I'm trying to say is that we have to be able to identify the people who are in our lives and to see what role they play in our lives. So you might look in your life and you might say, okay, I know who my motivators are. So what you have to start doing is positioning things. And I'm not talking about control. I'm just talking about like mentally being able to identify who are the people in your life that are the motivators. Okay? And then you also have to say who are the complainers, the naysayers, who are the people who are rocking all their burdens all the time around you. And then you notice that all of a sudden you start carrying their burdens too. And you're like, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for all this. You got to be able to distinguish that. You got to be able to look in your life and say, who are the leaders in my life? And I really hate to say this, but a lot of us got leaders in our lives right now, whether it's a boss, it could be your preacher, your mentor, somebody else who you might need to change that leader because they're not, I don't want to say allowing, they're not aiding you in your growth and development. And like I said, now is not the time to play. You're going to have to get to a place where you know who should be leading you. You know who you should be looking up to for guidance. You got to be able to identify who the nonchalant people are. You know, these are the people who you expect to support you, and you support them all the time, and you want that same reciprocal back from them, and they're just kind of like, I don't have to show up for you. I don't have to help you. I don't have to smile at you. I don't have to be there for you or be your friend, but they want the same thing back in return. And then when you try to address that with them, they kind of look at you crazy like, wait a minute. What are you talking about? I don't get it. I don't understand why you're upset. Those are the nonchalant people I'm talking about. You have to know who developers are in your life. People who, talking more on the lines like creativity, who's building things, who is going in a direction that you're going. So you have to get on the elevator and say, I'm headed to, I don't know, floor 20. But the people who got on the elevator, they're only going to floor 2. So you have to be able to say, okay, well, I don't need to get off on floor 2. I'm going up to floor 20. And that sounds like common sense, but for some of us, we get stuck and we get off on that wrong floor with the wrong group of people. And we can't continue to do this. And then next also, I talked about this a little bit with the Judas scenario. Like, you have to be able to notify backstabbers. because they're going to come. And I'm not saying that we should all just be naive and just accept all these people and put them around us. All I'm saying is that don't think that because people are in your circle, in your corner, that things can't happen. Don't be that naive. You have to have the eye to see through those things. Um, and that's going to help you. I mentioned all this in regards to reaching because if you're not able to notice who these people are, and you can probably think of a list of different ones I didn't even mention, it's going to be very, very hard to go to a new level, to reach for new things, to go higher. Because you're always going to be caught in this circle of trying to figure out who's really there for you and who are you really there for, that type of thing. You don't want to be going through the rest of your life like that. You just need to be able to identify things. And then lastly, closing out today, you got to be able to have vision, clarity. You got to have dreams. You got to be able to think above. You got to not be fearful of that. And you also have to know that you can't tell everybody your vision because some people are never going to see it. They're not going to see it as you speak it before it happens. They're not going to see it when it actually does happen. And guess what? You can't let that stop you either. I know it sounds horrible, especially when it's somebody you love, somebody you're close to, and you go to them and you tell them, hey, I got this vision, I got this idea, and it's going to happen like this, and blah, blah, blah. And they kind of look at you like, well, that's never been done before. I don't think you should do it. And you're kind of like, dang, like, not the response I wanted, but you can't let those things weigh you down. And then just closing this out, you got to have faith. Talked about that a lot today. With the vision, you got to be able to say, you know what? I've seen it, even though it's not here. I have faith enough to know that it is going to happen. And with that, it's going to help you reach to higher heights. And remember, it is very hard to reach for things if your hands are full. They're full of burdens. And that's all I wanted you guys to hear today. I want to hear from y'all. Let me know if this did something for you. I want to know. But we have to reach for higher levels and we gotta move up. Up, y'all. All right, well, I've enjoyed today. Things will get better. And even if they don't get better for you specifically, still pray that they're going to get better for somebody else. And y'all just hold on. Hold on, as the old saints used to say, hold on to God's unchanging hand. He will never fail you, even in times of trouble. It's been fun. I can't wait till next time. I hope to have a special guest on here with me next time, and we will be back in the studio. All right, love y'all.